We'll start our gentle yoga flow with zigzag legs. Place your feet directly in front of your hips and drop them to the right. Bring that right hand to the floor and the left hand to your hip. Now gently begin to lift that left hip up and press it back down. Feel the rotation into the hip joint. Slowly warming up and lubricating the synovial fluid. Try to bring the hip that lifts down completely to your mat. And as you lift that hip, include the turning of your torso. As you twist, gently take your gaze behind you. Let's do one more rotation and bring the hip all the way down to the mat. We're going to keep our zigzag position and move into a posture called dolphin by bringing both hands on each side of that bent knee. Press your fingertips into the floor and lift your chest. Now start the roll down by tucking the chin in and roll the shoulders down, rounding your back. Once the head bows to the floor, start to roll back up with the head and shoulders to a tall seated position. Continue to dive down under the current of ocean, just like a dolphin would fly up and out of the water, lifting his head and chest. So exhale and roll down. Inhale and curl up. Exhale and roll down. Inhale and curl up. Dolphin is a perfect way to bring flexibility and mobility into your spinal column. Let's do one more dolphin, rolling down, taking a deep inhale and holding our tall seated posture. We'll move into another restorative pose called spinal twist. So holding the lift at the head and chest, walk your hands, your fingertips beyond that bent knee. Now slowly walk your hands in a half circle, coming directly behind your hips into a very gentle restorative twist. Set your gaze behind you, and let's hold the pose by taking deep breaths. Feel the stretch of your spine and the massage of the internal organs. When you're ready, slowly come out of the twist by walking your hands back to the front of that bent knee. Now our last pose in zigzag will be a seated side bend with arm circles. It will release stress and tightness we sometimes hold in our shoulders and upper back. Now place your right hand onto the floor and reach your left arm up and over the side of your face, opening up that side body. Now sweep the arm across the front of the knees and lean into your left hand as you reach your right arm over the side of your face. Now circle that shoulder, that arm completely around, slide it across the floor, and now reach your left arm up and over. And continue to move your arms in this circular motion. Now feel this stretch all the way from the hip bone to the fingertips. Lean and open up that side body. Take another full breath in and release the hand down. And now reach the left arm over the side of the face. Let's do one more side bend. And then bring the hand down to the mat, bringing your knees in front of your hips. Bring your arms straight out in front of you and interlock your fingers as if you were holding a handle. Begin to move this handle in a circular motion, tilting your pelvis forward as you circle away from the body. Draw your navel into the spine as you circle through the sit bones. During this circular movement, think about pushing forward and pulling back. Let's do one more complete circle. And now hold the handle and reverse that circle. Move your abs and shoulders together, feeling the rotation in your hips. Connect your breath to the movement. Inhale as you reach forward. Exhale as you draw back. Stop when you are in the forward position, and let's move our legs into the zigzag position on the left side. Now place your right hand on your right hip crease and begin to lift and lower that hip, feeling the rotation of the joint. As you lift your hip, include the turning of your torso. Gently twist, taking your gaze behind you. Now let's do it one more time, and we'll come into our pose called dolphin. Begin to dive down, and now swim back up and lift your chest. Curl the chin under, tuck the belly in, and roll back up into a tall seated position. Continue to flow through the spine, just like a dolphin diving down into the water, inhaling and lifting up and out. Feel the mobility of the spine and the lifting of the chest. Now lift the chest, and we'll move into our next posture called spinal twist. So lifting the head and chest, walk your hands beyond that bent knee and slowly walk the hands in a half dome shape. This twist will follow the natural curvature of your spine. Now set your gaze behind you, and let's hold the pose by taking 5 breaths. Feel the stretch of your spine and the massage of your internal organs. Spinal twist is a wonderful restorative posture for your spine. So this is a good time to take deep inhalation and long, slow exhalations. Breathe in deeply and exhale out slowly. And when you're ready, begin to walk your hands to the front of your mat. Our next posture is our seated side bends. First, place your left hand straight out on the floor next to your hip. Inhale and stretch your right arm up and over your ear. Circle the arm across the front of the face and slide it across the floor in front of your feet. Now sweep that left hand across the mat. Reach the right arm over. Sweep it across your mat. Now reach the left arm over the side of the face and sweep it across the mat. So now sweep the arm across the mat. Now exhale, reach the left arm over the ear. And now inhale, come back up into a tall seated position. We're going to come into a tabletop and do a little cat and cow. Now draw the chin to the chest, round the spine. Holding cat stretch by pulling the navel to spine and opening up the shoulder blades. Now inhale, come into cow pose, lifting the tailbone and the sternum. Let the belly drop and relax. Push back with the palms of your hands while moving your hips onto your heels. Take a deep inhale in child's pose, and as you exhale, relax the hips a little deeper into the spine stretch. Now we're going to flow these 3 postures, cat, cow, and child's pose. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale, come into cat stretch. Take a deep inhale into cow. Exhale into child's pose. Resting in child's pose, take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, come into the cat stretch. Inhale to cow, and now exhale and rest in child's pose just for a moment. If your arms and shoulders are healthy, then let's move into a strength building posture called downward facing dog. Let's tuck our toes under, and on your exhalation, slowly press your thighs up and back. Push through the palms of your hands and try to feel equal work on all 4 limbs. Let's flow down dog with cat and cow. So slowly come down on your knees. Exhale into cat stretch. Inhale into cow. Exhale, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly come down on your knees. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. And now exhale, push up and back. Let's come into a standing posture called mountain pose. Soften your knees, walk your feet and your hands together. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Come to the center of your mat and stand tall in mountain pose. back down to our hips and our hands to our heart.